Anna, how you doing? Can't hear you. You sound like the quiet talker in Seinfeld.
Can you hear me now?
Now
Yes,
we
we
hear
can.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was saying good morning.
Good
Oh, good
morning.
morning. Buenos dias. Gotta try
Buenos
gotta
dias.
speak my
Yes,
Yeah.
little Spanish that I know.
Yes.
a
So,
little bit, un poquito.
yeah, un poquito. So what's happening today? You got some questions for Brad?
Yes. Jay Carter, what address should I mail the I-135 to when I make a money order?
What should you what? Yes.
What address should I mail the
There's a
I-135?
lockbox, P.O. box on the form. Read the form. I don't know the address off the top of my head. The money order should be made out to the Department of Homeland Security, and it's in $535. But there's a Chicago lockbox. It's in Chicago, Illinois. The address in Chicago.
Sophia Allen, if you get a green card and you're living in the U.S. and you have a daughter, she's 18 years old, also living in the U.S., can you adjust her status?
If she made a legal entry into the U.S., yes. Or if she's 245I, yes. Or if you're in the military, yes. Otherwise, she would have to do a provisional waiver.
What is the difference between a provisional waiver and a grounds of admissibility waiver?
A provisional waiver waives one specific ground of inadmissibility, which is the fact that you lived illegally in the United States for more than 1 year. That is done prior to you leaving the United States. So that is all the provisional waiver does. So your immigration violation of living here and working here illegally is waived. So you do not have a bar to re-enter because you violated immigration laws. There are a whole host of other inadmissible reasons to deny you, okay, which are you committed a crime, you committed a misrepresentation, you lied, you have health-related grounds, poverty-related grounds. All of those require a regular 601 waiver. So the 601 waiver waives everything. The provisional waiver waives that one inadmissible item, which is I lived here illegally, I worked here illegally, and that's done before you leave the United States.
Sandra Warren, my sister filed for me in 2005. How long do I have to wait?
About 1 more year.
Salomon has 2 questions. My wife is a citizen who's filing for me. Will it affect my case if we invite my mom to come visit us and our child?
What somebody else does has no effect on your case. So by all means, invite your mom. I doubt she'll get a visa, but that has no effect on you getting your green card.
The second question. My citizen filed for me last July. I did biometrics in August. They told me it would take longer than 90 days to get the work permit. In December, I reached out to see how much longer it would take. I got an email from USCIS saying my case was under review. Should I still expect my work permit, or are they going to call me in for an interview? What can I do?
If you didn't get a work permit in 4 months, you should be calling me. You got a problem.
Pat Nadine, immigration sent my working card to an address, then I lost it, and I work with my tax ID number since they lost my card.
No, I mean, you can work with your tax ID number, but that doesn't make you legally employed. So you need to get a work permit. So if they mailed it to the wrong address, you got to apply for it again.
Philip Persuade, how long does it take to get an approval on I-130 application?
About 6 to 8 months.
Charles Lowe, if you married to a U.S. citizen, she's going to file for me. How long is it going to take?
If you're married to a U.S. citizen, how long will it take? Where are you, Charles? Do we know?
No, we
don't know where Charles is. If you're in the United States, about 9 or 10 months. If you're outside of the United States, about 12 to 15 months.
Yannick Miller, do I need a consultation before or after we get married?
Either one. It's fine. You should, I mean, to me, you should have a consultation quicker rather than later. You should know all your options and know what to do.
Better safe, yes. Don Bennett, what is the cost for waivers for inadmissible?
The cost of a waiver for inadmissibility? So you're talking about what is a, I don't remember fees all the top of my head, but you know who knows the fees is Google. So what I will do, which is what anybody can do, is Google it. And it's the form I-600 and the I-601, and the I-601 is, drum roll please, $930.
$930.
Yes.
Elect lady wants you to explain the 601 provisional waiver.
When you enter the United States without inspection, you cannot adjust your status here unless you are 245I, which means that you're able to pay a penalty fee because you had something filed before April 30th, 2001, or you're married to somebody in the military. I'm talking about people who get married to U.S. citizens. I'm not talking about other cases. VAWA cases are different. We're talking about your most typical case. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. You need to be 245I, married to someone in the military, a former military, or have made a legal entry in the United States other than as a crew member. As a crew member to join a ship also puts you basically as entered without inspection. So now you've entered without inspection. You can't get your green card here in the United States.
Okay.
What the law says is you have to go back to your home country to pick up your green card.
Right.
In 1996, Newt Gingrich, who was the leader of the Republicans while Bill Clinton was the president of the United States, passed a bill that Bill Clinton signed that said that if you live in the United States illegally for more than 1 year and you leave for any reason, you can't come back for 10 years. Thus, the reason why we have so many people out of status in America today. Because once you leave, they will never, ever let you back. They basically imprisoned you here.
Right.
So,
But
for the
then
last
still-
20 years, they've been trying to pass immigration laws. From Clinton to Bush.
So in other words, you say they screwed it up even.
They screwed it up worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so now in 2012, Obama says, okay, the Republicans in Congress, they can never pass a law. And we don't even think they're going to be able to pass a law in 3 weeks from now. So what he did was he made an executive order. And the executive order says, this is crazy. We have all these people here out of status. They can't adjust their status here. They're living here illegally. They're married to U.S. citizens. We have to give them an opportunity to get a green card. Obama can't pass changes in immigration law because that would require an act of Congress that they have never been able to do in the last 30 years as it comes to immigration. So what he did was he made an executive order. You can file, instead of filing a waiver back in your home country, which is what was the requirement. Okay, you could leave. You have a 10-year bar. You go home. You file a waiver. Cross your fingers that you get approved for this waiver. People aren't going to take that chance and lose their family. People aren't going to take that chance and be separated from their family for the rest of their life. So there was never a guarantee that if you went home, you would be able to ever come back. So what did they do? Obama did something smart. He said, I'll tell you what. We don't want you to worry about whether you'll come back or not. We'll approve your waiver here in the United States before you leave. So if you get the waiver approved, it's the same waiver you do at the embassy, except you do it here in the United States.
Right.
So you do it here in the United States, you leave with the waiver in your hand. Now you know you'll be able to go and come back.
Less anxiety.
So he allowed basically people to be able to get green cards who otherwise wouldn't have. He didn't change the law, he just changed the place where the waiver's filed. Instead of filing the waiver in your home country, you file it here. Just the place of address he changed.
Okay.
Everybody's in an uproar over this. But that's what the provisional waiver is.
I think we're
Rodi?
running out of time though, guys.
Yes. Do you have anything else?
Squeeze it quick.
Yes. Rodika's asking if you have a pending I-130 and you get stopped by Border Patrol, can they still deport you?
Yes.
Rhonda Rich, what are the name of the papers to file after you marry a U.S. citizen after overstaying a visitor's visa? And how long does it take to get a child here?
An adjustment application, I-45, I-130, I-864, I-765, I-131. It'll take you 9 months. You have to file a separate I-130 for your child. It'll take about 12 to 15 months.
Dwight Drummond, good morning, Brad. Can you help me speed up my I-751 waiver? The waiver was already filed in October. I called a couple weeks ago, but my lawyer is telling me it won't take me that long to get a reply.
I can't make any case go faster, but I can make sure it's done as right as possible.
Coochie Dale, if you're an abused wife with your police record and order of protection, but your paper is already in process, what should I do?
File a VAWA application. Come see me.